Hi there, Zamir from NerdTube. These are my thoughts and spoilers on Marya Kingstown Season 3, Episode 7. Marya was here. So, a bunch of young Russian sex workers, all of them happen to be under 18, are in a minibus and they're being escorted by a couple of guys who are with them as well. They're near Kingstown, and as they are driving over a bridge, the vehicle gets attacked by a forklift truck, which picks up the bus and tips it over the bridge, drowning all the occupants inside, including Marya, who wrote her name inside the bus before she passed. These being Russian sex workers, they are associated with Konstantin. He obviously wants to find out what's going on. He obviously didn't kill these girls, but he wants to find out what the hell's going on. And Iris, she's very upset because she used to be those girls, and now seeing them dead, she wants vengeance as well. So much so that Konstantin, who is really upset with Iris for focusing on this too much, gets very angry at her. But because Iris shows no fear to Konstantin's anger, Konstantin picks up on that and lets it be. And that's the thing with Iris. She's been in so many shitty situations in her life. Nothing scares her anymore. Even if she does get killed, she'll just accept it as far as I'm concerned. Or she's concerned as well. Now, because this moment in this episode, which happens at the beginning, pretty much takes up the entire episode, the subplots are a little bit thinner, and I'll get to them in a second. But Mike is trying to figure out who killed these girls, and one of the people he thinks needs to be questioned is Bunny, because this could be retaliation. Now, he truly believes that Bunny didn't do this, but he has to ask the question. Now, Bunny's coming back from his cousin's funeral. Sorry, I said sister last week regarding the person who died, but it wasn't his sister, it was his cousin. From his cousin's funeral. And so he's a bit upset himself. So when Mike asks him the question, did you kill those girls? Bunny is like flabbergasted that Mike would ask him such a thing. And doesn't even give him a response, but just tells him how offended he is. And if you come across my path again, only one of us is walking out alive. He tells that to Mike, basically severing their friendship for good, which is really sad because I like them two together. They happen to be good friends. But this, in my opinion, pretty much makes out that Bunny didn't do it, unless he's a very good actor. Who knows? Now, in my opinion, who did do it was the Aryan Brotherhood, because they are shit stirrers and they want the Russians to take out the Crips, and it'll look more like the Crips have done it instead of the Aryans, because the Aryans are working alongside the Russians. So that's who I believe who did it, because white supremacists are fucking crazy people. So what do you expect from them? They even hurt their own if it means taking an advantage of a situation. So I believe the Aryans have done it. It could be wrong. Who knows? We'll find out, I guess, in future episodes. Overall, with this particular plot line and how even the people of Kingstown who've come across so much shit in their lives, this was obviously one thing which was very disturbing to them, especially as these girls were underage. They were pretty much children. A whole bunch of children happened to have been killed in that bus on purpose as well. No accident, but Mike wants this to look like an accident, so that way, if certain people who caused this particular crime, feel like they have nothing to be concerned about regarding the police looking out for them, they probably will relax a bit and maybe become more easily detectable by the cops if the cops say that it was an accident, even though the cops know it's not. Regarding some of the subplots in this, we got a couple really. Like, for instance, Robert, the guy from SWAT, Carl is working alongside him, and it's Evelyn, the lawyer, who has a chance to speak with Carl at one point during this episode, saying, you know what, Robert's a fucking sociopath. You gotta watch out for him. Somebody like him only really gives a damn about himself, And we can see that with Robert as well. Like he's part of SWAT because he wants a reason to be, not only be a cop, but be a cop who can indiscriminately kill people without having to ask a question. And in SWAT, you can pretty much do that, which is why I think Robert's in there. But this was food for thought for Carl, and once again, who knows if Carl's going to come out of this alive or not. Carl is the guy. They should have called him Kenny instead, because you're wondering if he's going to die or not. But yeah, Carl, I hope he doesn't get killed, because one thing leads to another regarding Robert. But I do feel that at some point Robert and Carl are going to come to a head regarding how trigger happy Robert is, and how Carl, even though he's joined SWAT, doesn't necessarily want to kill people unnecessarily. So we'll see how that pans out. The other thing is with Tracy. Now, Tracy works as a prison nurse, and she's been talking to that girl who killed that prison guard a season or two ago. She got impregnated by him. And she was telling him, look, if somebody raped you, you got to let us know, and all of that sort of stuff. And and the woman's like saying, I haven't got raped or whatever. But when Tracy just brings up guards as somebody who might have done something, the lady, the prison lady, she kind of gets defensive. Now, Tracy doesn't know that she killed a guard and got pregnated by him. She was just like trying to figure out what could have happened. But because she kind of hit a nerve by mentioning prison guards, that obviously affected the lady, and she started acting very defensive and told Tracy to fuck off. Now, Tracy also has issues with one of the prison guards. He's got a bit of a liking to Tracy. And at first he's just trying to come across as a nice guy who just wants to get to know Tracy a little bit better. You know, he does work with her, so fair enough. You know, he's getting a bit too friendly for some people's likings. But eventually he just gets a bit too, a bit too touchy. Not, I would say touchy-feely, but a bit too aggressive with Tracy. And I'll start asking her lots of questions, and says that, look, I like you, and I don't want you to get hurt. I don't know how you take that. But this guard, not knowing that she's the wife of a police officer, that's some dangerous shit he's doing. I mean, he would have been aware of that. He didn't even ask her a single question. I'm sure Tracy's wearing a ring on her finger as well. But regardless, this guard is totally oblivious to certain things, doesn't really care. And I really hope Tracy does tell Carl, so Carl can fuck this guy over. And if not Carl, then definitely Mike. She might go to Mike so that so that Carl doesn't get into any trouble, and tell Mike, look, this person was fucking harassing me. And Mike obviously loves his family, loves his sister-in-law. He will definitely defend her honor if he was given if the opportunity arise. So we'll see how that pans out too. Overall, what can I say? Just this show is just so good. Even a somber episode like this, where people are reflecting on the horrific incidences of what happened to these young girls at the very beginning of this episode, it's just so well serialized, and the way the acting is portrayed. It's bleak, it's gritty, it's dull, you almost feel like you're lost in what's going on. Oh, by the way, there's one more character I forgot about, and that's Raphael. He almost gets assassinated in prison by the Aryans. Obviously, some of the prison guards are working for the Aryans. Luckily for him, one of the white prison guards, who's not an arsehole, and Carney, does get him a burner phone so he can get a message out to Bunny. And he's so worried about losing his family. So Raphael is so worried about his family being attacked by the Aryans, he's telling Bunny to take care of his family for him. So that's a nice little touch. But yeah, that's regarding Raphael. I hope justice comes to him and he gets those Aryan motherfuckers, because there's nothing worse than a white supremacist. Anyway, let me know what you think regarding this episode. I love it. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Really good stuff. This is the show that can do no wrong. There's not really been an episode I can think of that I haven't enjoyed when it comes to Marya Kingstown. We're 7 episodes in. Obviously, the season's coming to a close soon. I love this show so much. I think anybody who hasn't seen this show and might like stuff like The Wire and stuff like that will love this. This is just fantastic. For me, one of my favorite shows of the year. Anyway, let me know what you think of episode 7 of Marya Kingstown. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We are the greatest social media channel you never heard of. And if you've already forgotten, the name's NerdTube. Remember it.